Databases and spreadsheets, such as Excel. I mean, I can't say spreadsheet without you thinking Excel, so I'm just going to call it out. These are all just different points about databases and spreadsheets that in the exam wants you to know. And, a spreadsheet could be a database. I mean, it's not a super in depth database by any means, it's a relatively simple database, but it stores data, right? It's a database. Um, so that is like there's a lot of relationships between databases and spreadsheets. You could think of, I believe, was it Microsoft Access? Although I can't say I used it too much in my day. Let's talk about some important points that we'll need to know here. Well, manual input in spreadsheets increases the risk of data integrity errors. That's nothing new. We knew that, right? We knew that human error that sucks, right? But automation is much more efficient. So removing the human element and automating a spreadsheet reduces this risk. The ascending hierarchy of data is as follows: character, field, record, file. So character, this is in one Excel cell, it's the whatever's in there. Field could be the whole table there. Record, and then file. Just memorize this. This is definitely something that's been asked a good amount. Something that the AICPA would like you to know. What would I like you to know? I would like you to know just how to be happy, how to get what you want in life, and just smile. Keep yourself healthy. But I'm also here to help you pass this exam if that is so what you choose. And if you're this far, you probably made that decision already. Database keys. These are unique identifiers. So we have two types of database keys, primary and foreign. Types are two as mentioned. Well, what's a primary key? Think of this like in your Excel sheet. I mean, yes, in a database, but we're all accountants here. Let's talk Excel. My bread and butter. I personally love it. It's like a foreign language that you just learn how to code and get in there. Unique identifiers for a specific row. That's what a primary key is. Let's talk examples. Customer ID in a customer data table. It appears once in the table to identify the customer. So it's a specific unique identifier that it appears once. Customer data. So customer 1 is Nick. Customer 2 is John. Customer 3 is Liz. Right? And I've got an identifier of 1. There's 2 and 3. It's a customer ID. Maybe it's 1NP for my initials, right? It could be anything. Taggings we're talking about in Excel. So that is a primary key. Whereas a so take a second, grasp it if it doesn't click right away. I mean, it should click pretty soon, but it's basically just a primary key in multiple instances. So attributes in one table that are also primary keys in another. So if, for example, the customer ID in this table appeared in a sales data table. So if I had a list of all, let's say the GL, all the transactions of sales, let's say sale number 1 for the year was 2. What did I say? That was John, I think. So that was John made the sale, but that's sale number 1, sale number 2, sale number 3, right? Let's say John made a second purchase, and let's say Liz made the third one. So these are the primary keys carrying over, but they are foreign keys. They're in a foreign land. They are foreign in this table. So there's two tables. This table is, again, just the customer list. It's all listed out one time. There's me, there's the other person, and here's another table. This table is all the transactions that happen. And again, the primary keys become the foreign keys in this other table. May appear multiple times in the same table as one customer makes multiple purchases. Or if I didn't make any purchase, but maybe I make a purchase next year, this is just your big repository of all the data, all the people there. And lastly, or not lastly, we get secondary key and then schema. Secondary key is an additional key or alternate key, which can be used in addition to the primary key to locate specific data. So let's say primary key is just tagging 1, 2, 3. Secondary key could be, let's say, state that you're located in, or something else. You can designate that secondary key. One key I used a lot myself through spreadsheets is when you do the equals something and something else formula. So that way it's just like 1 and NP, right? 2 and JS, whatever the initials are. That could be a secondary key. It's just a kind of a broad term. It could be a lot of different things. And lastly, schema. This is a model for describing the structure of information. It's a term borrowed from the database world to describe the structure of data in relational tables. So with our schema, it's really just how we structure our information. It's also like you could say how you sort it. We could have our table sorted by, we can make a pivot table sorted by the amount of transactions the customer has made, or based on their location, based on the amount of purchase, dollar amount that they made. So it's just the structure, how you would organize that data. Hey there! Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material? We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.